Hello there. Welcome to this episode of VCF Breakroom Chats. My name is Jay Tontagudi. I'm a Principal Product Marketing Manager in the VCF division. Among the roles and responsibilities I carry, my focus is vSphere Kubernetes Service, VKS, CNCF projects, and also technology partnerships and the product marketing activities associated with that. In today's session, we'll cover the highlights of what we at VMware have in plan for you when you attend KubeCon in Amsterdam, which is taking place between March 23rd and March 26th. So joining me in this conversation today is Natalie Fisher, who is the Principal Product Manager in the VCF division. Welcome to this episode, Natalie. And before we go deep into the details of our events and activities, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your role?
Yeah, thanks, Jay. So I'm really excited to be here. As you mentioned, I'm a principal product manager in VCF, and my focus is on our vSphere Kubernetes service, or VKS. And my role basically covers like the end-to-end lifecycle of how Kubernetes runs natively on vSphere, from the underlying architecture and integrations all the way to the modern services and ecosystems that make up our Kubernetes services.
Well, welcome to the session. This year, we are back as platinum sponsors for KubeCon. We are also thrilled to support Platform Engineering Day as a diamond sponsor. So going beyond sponsorships, we have a lot of events and activities. They include Platform Engineering Day Keynote with booth presence. We have breakout sessions. We have theater presentations, demos, community discussions, analyst discussions, and customer meetings. But this year we are doing something more. We have a joint customer reception that we are hosting with our partner Canonical and Platform Engineering Organization. And I'm going to go into more details of how you can register for this event. So we definitely look forward to you coming and joining us in the discussions at the joint customer reception. But Natalie, to get started, innovation is at the core of all things Kubernetes. So I want to understand what our engineers are doing as a part of the open source community as contributors and maintainers.
Yeah, so that's a really great place to start because innovation in Kubernetes really does begin upstream in the community itself. So, one of the things that we've continued to do is double down on being active contributors and maintainers across foundational CNCF projects that are really powering how Kubernetes is built and operated at scale. So, a really good example is our ongoing work with CAPI, where the latest 1.12 release brought some meaningful improvements in cluster lifecycle automation, upgrades, and multi cluster operations, all driven collaboratively with the community. We've also continued to invest heavily in etcd, not just by maintaining it, but also contributing new diagnostics and recovery tooling that helps platform teams better detect issues earlier and recover faster, which is having a direct improvement to Kubernetes reliability across every distribution. And then another major theme coming out of the community is how Kubernetes is evolving to support AI workloads in a much more standardized way. So at KubeCon NA last year, CNCF introduced a certified Kubernetes AI conformance program to basically establish an open, community driven standard for running AI and machine learning workloads consistently across the platform. And we are so proud that VKS was recognized as one of the first platforms to meet that conformance. And what's important is that, none of this is about proprietary features. These are shared innovations that are happening in the open that strengthen the entire ecosystem. And that upstream work is exactly what feeds into how we deliver our Kubernetes as a native cloud service in VCF through VKS, because we want to give customers a platform that's open, resilient, and aligned with where the community is headed.
No, this is fantastic. So you mentioned a lot of things. You mentioned about reliability, security, lifecycle management, and scale, because scale is so important. These are all key capabilities that continue to evolve and mature with Kubernetes deployments. So what are some of the sessions our engineers are going to be participating with their community peers to share their innovations and their contributions with the audience?
Yeah, so this year's sessions at the KubeCon Europe is going to be great. They're going to reflect how deeply our engineers are engaging across the across Kubernetes ecosystem, how they work side by side with the community overall on the areas that really matter most. So you're going to see a lot of strong representation in areas like cluster lifecycle and control plane reliability, but also broader themes around operational maturity. So we have sessions with CNCF's tag operational resilience that are going to focus on release guidelines, automation frameworks, and sustainability that's all aimed at helping teams run Kubernetes more safely and efficiently at scale.
Mhm.
And then from a platform and developer experience perspective, our engineers are sharing real world lessons around Kubernetes policy engines, comparing the native admission policies, Kyverno and OPA, and participating in panels that amplify end user voices from platform architects across the industry on what's actually working in large production environments today. There's also going to be some deep dives into the Kubernetes storage, where the community is advancing how stateful workload management is occurring. There's going to be some maintainer sessions for Harbor focused on secure software delivery and day two operations. There's even going to be sessions on Cube Edge, which explores how Kubernetes expands into edge and industrial environments like smart cities, robotics, and edge AI. And not just the breakout sessions, we're also hosting a dedicated demo theater talk on March 25th that's going to be focused on what it really takes to run production grade AI workloads on Kubernetes. And it's going to walk through everything from model repositories and inference services to accelerator scheduling, data services, and identifying challenges when moving AI from experimentation into real world production environments. And on top of that, there are also community initiatives throughout the week that are aimed at helping contributors navigate the project, understand governance and workflows in meaningful ways to participate and contribute throughout the Kubernetes community. So, overall, our presence is going to span reliability, governance, storage, edge, developer experience, AI, and community growth. And all of this around is, of course, centered around making Kubernetes more resilient and practical in production environments.
And to add to what you just mentioned, we have a keynote on Platform Engineering Day where one of our engineers is going to talk about why Kubernetes Node OS continues to shape performance, security, and scale. So, moving on to the next topic, you touched on this earlier. VKS is CNCF certified Kubernetes AI confirmant platform. What does it mean for data scientists and developers?
Yeah, so being CNCF certified and AI conformant is not just a badge, right? It
Mhm.
changes how the platform teams and the data scientists can approach AI workloads. So, from a platform engineering perspective, it means they're working with a Kubernetes foundation that's going to behave exactly like upstream. There's no divergence, there's no proprietary abstractions to work around. So, the same tooling, operators, the AI framework teams use are going to be running consistently. And on top of that, portability is critical when experimenting rapidly or scaling models across environments. So, with this AI conformance, Kubernetes is going to be providing a standardized way to validate how AI and ML workloads behave. And like I mentioned before, that includes accelerator usage, scheduling patterns, and reproducibility. So that means for data scientists, it means fewer surprises when moving from development to production. And adding an additional benefit to platform engineers, it means they can standardize GPU and resource allocation policies with confidence. And this becomes especially powerful in EMEA because of its ability to be kind of central around data privacy and sovereignty. Many organizations need to build and train AI models close to their data, whether for regulatory reasons, industry compliance, or just to maintain control over sensitive data sets. So, being able to be confident that you're running an AI ready, upstream aligned Kubernetes platform inside of VCF, for example, allows our customers to modernize and scale AI workloads without moving sensitive data to regions that may not meet their requirements is a powerful thing. So ultimately, the platform teams can offer consistent standardized AI platform. Data scientists will feel supported on their innovation, knowing that there's going to be portability and performance, and it's still going to respect governance, privacy, and sovereignty constraints that companies and enterprises are basically operating under today.
So that's fantastic. one of the key areas that platform engineering tends to pay attention to has to do with the ecosystem of cloud services that they leverage. I know VCF and VKS fit into the broad ecosystem that customers have, but typically innovations don't stop at a specific point in time. They continue to evolve. What are we doing specifically with VKS that helps broaden this ecosystem of capabilities and services we support?
Yeah. So the funny thing here is, right, platform engineers don't want to rip and replace the tools their teams already rely on. So
Mhm.
whether it's going to be GitLab for CI, Argo CD for GitOps, Helm for packaging, or whatever their registry system is, whether it's Harbor or something else, or their networking stack, the last thing they're going to want to do is any kind of like costly retooling just to adopt Kubernetes. So our approach with VKS is very intentional. We start with a strict upstream Kubernetes conformance so that the APIs and the behaviors match what the ecosystem expects. And that ensures that existing pipelines, Helm charts, operators, policy frameworks should work the same way that they're designed to. And then we also are trying to focus more heavily now on validated integrations and operational simplicity. So, what I mean by that is we recently had a release for VKS 3.6. It happened February 11th, and we expanded networking flexibility by enabling supported CNI solutions in a structured and validated way. And this isn't like a free for all. We're working closely with ecosystem partners to ensure those CNIs are tested, cleanly integrated within the broader VCF stack. Part of that work included us evolving our add on lifecycle management so that ecosystem services can be deployed, upgraded, and secured consistently. And hopefully, it's going to reduce the operational burden from platform teams who have to manage those components manually at times. And this is all going to have that flexibility that's going to be paired with strong security foundations from hardened defaults, integrated policy controls, and consistent update flows. So that our philosophy is really we want to have it be controlled, right? We want to have, but we still want to have the flexibility. So we're basically trying to preserve existing investments for our customers, have validated integrations so they feel good about it working, simplifying their operations so it's easy for them to manage, and provide an open Kubernetes platform that's still going to work with the rest of the ecosystem that the teams already trust and they don't feel locked in.
Oh, this is fantastic. Now, going from code to the cluster, what are some of the demos our attendees can get a visual evidence of when they get to our booth?
Yeah, so this is going to be really great. So people get to have like hands-on experience of the platform and see how everything works in our booth. So we're going to
Mhm.
be showcasing a few different type of demos here. Full Kubernetes lifecycle with VKS, from on-demand
Mhm.
cluster provisioning and version management to scaling environments and applying consistent policies, just to kind of demonstrate how Kubernetes can operate like a native cloud inside our platform without traditional operational overhead. We're also highlighting real world application workflows, including secure container images and integration with existing CI, CD, and GitOps tooling to show how teams can modernize without retooling their entire ecosystem. And one of the demos that I'm really excited about is VM Service because it fundamentally reshapes how enterprises approach modernization. It allows teams to run and manage full VMs directly through Kubernetes APIs side by side with containers. So instead of having to run separate operational silos, like one for VMs and one for Kubernetes, platform teams can use a single control plane. It's going to be consistent with automation. It's going to provide a unified policy models for both traditional and modern workloads. So for organizations that are modernizing incrementally, that unification is incredibly powerful because it reduces complexity, it's going to make governance easier, and it accelerates transformation without forcing an all or nothing migration strategy. And then, of course, AI is a big focus at the booth as
Indeed.
well. We have live demos showing how customers can build and operate AI workloads on an upstream aligned AI ready Kubernetes platform from infrastructure through production services. And so, whether you're interested in platform operations, modernization strategy, or AI innovation, the booth is going to bring that platform to life in a very tangible way for you. So come visit us at booth 715. We'd love to meet you, show you the demos, talk about how we're helping to shape the next decade of Kubernetes, and talk to you about what you guys are doing.
So this is great. Booth 715, that's where the action is, as you mentioned. And I promise that I'm going to show how customers who are attending KubeCon can register for our joint customer reception that is being hosted on March 25th, Wednesday, starting at 5:30 p.m. We are partnering with Canonical and Platform Engineering Organization to host a panel session. So we invite you to register and come and join us over food, drinks, networking with your peers. And the topics we'll cover include AI, Kubernetes, the product mindset, and we'll also go over the latest report on the state of platform engineering. So we look forward to seeing you there. Just wanted to share this QR code so you can scan it and register as you view this video. So I'm going to stop here, and I want to thank you, Natalie, for wonderful insights on the happenings at KubeCon this year. Um, and it's always a pleasure to have you on this session.
Yeah, thanks so much, Day. It's always really great catching up and walking through everything that's coming up this year. I'm really excited to connect with everyone in Amsterdam. KubeCon's always an incredible opportunity for the community to come together and share what we're building and learning. So I hope you guys join us, like at the Platform Engineering Day, attending our sessions, demo theater, and like I said, stop by the booth, come and talk to us, and we'll talk about all things Kubernetes.
Thank you, Natalie. And if you enjoyed this episode, join us for the next one. This is your host, Jay Tontagudi with Natalie Fisher, signing off. Have a good day, good evening. Bye for now.
Bye.